Good evening, friends. It is I, Katie Morton.
And Jennifer Palmer.
We are both intuitives, energy healers, spiritual teachers, and together we are divinely guided.
.tv.
.tv.
And every Thursday
No, we're
night.
not.
Well, actually not every Thursday night lately. We've been really busy. Sorry, guys. But most Thursday nights we try to get together with you and hang out and see what questions you may have. And we try to connect to your spirit guides to either give you confirmation or wisdom or whatever it is. And if you've never watched us before, a lot of what comes through is good for many people here, not just the person who asked the question.
Right. So pay attention to all the answers. You never know when something might ring your bell.
And in the beginning, we tend to go step by step, whoever's coming on first, just to reward the people who've shown up. But towards the end, I think we're going to start just seeing who we might have missed that we haven't read in a while, or a new name, or something that looks like it might be a benefit to everybody.
Yeah, so stick around for the question, the lottery ofness. What?
Yeah. And there's a fly flying around.
Yeah.
It keeps buzzing us.
So
if it lands on my face, just give me a good laugh or something.
Just pretend it didn't happen. Thanks.
All right, we're getting some good questions here. All right. Faye Robbins. Hi, ladies. Any message from my guides? Thank you. Hey, Faye.
Hi, Faye.
I'm going to hit play on this.
And it's probably going to be loud.
Let's see if it... I think this doesn't do the thing and then I have to go into it, but we'll see. All right.
Okay.
We'll look at Faye.
So I'm just hearing, Faye, you're so close on a transformation, a realization, your Phoenix moment. It feels like don't give up. And I heard keep grinding on it, which is not something I usually would hear. Usually it's like let go. But I'm hearing yes and no. So it's like taking those times to really process and try to figure it out. And then taking those times when you maybe you take a walk and you empty your head, because that's really when answers can come. And having the willingness to see yourself in a new way. I feel like you're fighting to hold on to an old self-definition that's not serving you and you've outgrown it.
I was also hearing that really good things are coming. And, there's this idea of, I think a lot of times we ask ourselves, are our best years behind us? No, I don't feel that. And honestly, I think that is always a choice. And we can keep asking for the greatest years to come. And I feel like, make sure you are. I think sometimes you might, but other times I think it feels like it's this feeling of it's behind me and now I just have to survive through whatever is going on. And that's not the goal. But it also feels really good. It feels like, I think you're on track with a lot of this, and just expect good things. Now that said, it does feel like, I think a lot of us are like, okay, what the heck, 2020 and 2021. And some of us since 2017, we've been like, really, what the heck?
Yeah, it's been a lot of challenges.
I feel like I'm about ready to fall out of the...
Was your chair drifting? It's like rolling away. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
We good? We're centered?
I guess.
Sort of.
I don't know.
I always like to look at the cracks in the picture. Where are you in relation?
I'm between the two cracks.
Yeah. That's where you should be. It's good. We're in the middle of the butt cracks of the picture.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. Sorry, Faye. Hi.
Oh, Faye. It's been crazy. Since 2017, it's been really crazy.
It's been challenging for people. But it's soul growth, right?
Yes.
I mean, think of who you were maybe back in 2010. You're probably a completely new person in a good way.
We are being squeezed, and all of our stuff is coming up, and it's on purpose. Mm-hmm. But you are doing really well, and it does feel that good things are coming. Just getting through the crud of all of the stuff that's been coming up in the world, and we will.
Yeah. And I kept hearing roll with the punches, and I wasn't saying it. So then they were like, roll with the punches. They really wanted me to say that. So roll with the punches.
Oh, Lord.
Hopefully not literally, but
yeah. And I just heard good news.
Yeah. And I was just being reminded of something I heard yesterday. When the Ashtar Galactic Command came through, I was driving, and this is for everybody. What they said was, "Humans of Earth, in your vernacular, things are about to get real." So there's more coming. There's more interesting times coming for us, but it felt very positive, and it was sort of like yay warning. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Because all of the turmoil and the chaos and everything that we're going through is bringing about positive change, even if it doesn't look like it on the surface. There's really good things coming, but they said things are about to get real, also meaning like gird your loins, prepare yourselves. It's going to look even more weird before it looks less weird. I don't think it's ever going to look less weird, but our guides have always maintained a positive stance about all of it, everything coming. And they had warned us prior to 2020 that it was going to be the most bananas year ever. But they said that the point of it was the ego explosion. So we've all been through so much over so many years, but the point of it is to shed layers of the ego and to do the consciousness work and to rise in wisdom and in unconditional love, if we're doing it right. Some people do that and some people do that. And, we've seen different examples of that play out. So just try to woo, yay, do that.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to add. I think that pretty much says it all.
I think that's it.
All right, you want to read Rachel?
Sure. Rachel Rose Farber. Hi, Rachel. Says, hello. Major news on my end. The Army initiated a med board. Can I expect this to go smoothly? Did they make the right decision? And will I make out well financially? I'm scared.
What is a med board?
I don't know what a med board is.
Rachel, why don't you write back tell us what a med board is so we can tune in very specifically and not have confusion in our minds when we're tuning in. And then why don't we do Dawn Guilford real quick?
Sure. Dawn Guilford says, hi. Hey, ladies, any messages for me?
So I'm not sure what this is yet, and I'm having a hard time connecting to your guide specifically, but maybe it's because more is coming for you. So I'll just say what I got so far.
Nope, it's not, by the way.
Well,
I was clearing and running some energies, so there you go.
Well, the first thing I saw was I saw a bunch of animals, and before I could even make out what they were, the most clear one I saw was, I think, a sloth. And I think it was something to do with, I don't know if things are moving slowly or maybe feeling like a sloth, like, maybe not getting enough movement or something, but I'm not getting a lot of clear information around it. So, but I'm going to throw it out in case it's something for you to hook into and tune in about.
I'm still clearing.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had some weird energies lately, just so you know. Not unusual lately for anyone these days. So be patient with us. Thanks.
I get more of a sense that, and this might be coming more from a loved one, so that might be why it's a harder connection to make. Usually with guides, it comes through pretty loud and clear. And hello, Shelby. But I get the sense that it feels that things are not moving as quickly as you would like. I don't think it's about you feeling like a sloth. I really think it's about other things moving very slowly.
I feel like it's something about resources. I was getting, speaking of animals, I was getting an image of a bunch of animals around a watering hole like you would see like on the African savannah. And it was the idea of animals fighting over, like there wasn't that much water left. It was like a small puddle and they were kind of fighting for the resources, the small amount of resources available to them. And now I'm hearing that song. You would probably know this song, so I'll start singing it and I'm going to get the lyrics messed up and then you're going to correct me. But it's something like, "Can you take me higher?" What's that song?
Is that by Creed?
Yeah. Is that the words?
I think so.
Okay, but it was like the idea of busting out of the fighting for the resources and moving into a higher vibe. Sorry for about your eardrums, all y'all. Anyway, of manifesting resources from a higher vibration, because when we get into the lack, and I think this is for everybody, Dawn, so if this doesn't relate to you specifically, but it does feel like for all of us, when we feel lack or we feel squeezed or we feel like there's not enough to go around, and if we want more, knowing the universe is abundant and we can do it energetically, we don't have to fight each other tooth and nail for resources. We can raise our vibration and then have those resources come to meet us where we're at with things. And so it's important for us all to continue doing the healing work and the consciousness work to ascend and raise our vibration so that we raise the vibration of the planet and it helps everybody.
Yeah, and I kept hearing mission, mission, mission. So whoever, this sounds more like guide information. When they say mission, it is about what are we here for, truly, as our souls' intentions for taking on this experience in this life. You know, we have purpose here. And Dawn, it just feels like they really want you focusing on that. And that means being of service in whatever way you're meant to be of service, probably. Sometimes our missions are more about healing and things like that. I feel like it really truly is just about being of service in some way. So whatever it is that's going on, keep things high, and it looks like we were having connection
You're all
issues.
good.
But keep things high and really, really stay focused on the greater, part of what you're here for, that mission, and try not to get caught up in anything else, really. And that's good for all of us because, we live in some uncomfortable times lately, and it's easy to get down into the weeds of it all and be upset or whatever. And I'm not sure that's what you're doing, Dawn, but I think for the greater message, just keep it up high, and focus on loving each other and being of service. That's really the big thing.
I forgot the PSA about the dog who just snorted. That's not us. It's the dog. She snorts.
She's in my lap right now.
Hello, snorts.
All right, let's see if Rachel wrote back yet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she said it's a combination of physical. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Early medical release for hips and ankles. Combination of physical ailments with emotional stuff that the Army thinks I'm not fit to serve. I has to go through a board of doctors to release me medically and then administer disability. Basically, because of the hip and ankle and mental health of my doctor initiated it yesterday and I agreed to it. It's a hard thing to get and a hard thing to swallow. I want to get what I deserve and hope this is the right decision on all ends.
This really reminds me of a session that we had together where I got something about that, but I wasn't sure how it could end. And I think I even said something like it might end sooner than you think, but not sure how that would happen. And so that's interesting. I was not expecting that. Very good. I think, and especially connecting back to how I feel, I remember the feeling. I don't always remember what I say, but I remember the feeling when I was reading you at that time. And it's all about your mission focus. And I think that that's why they really wanted you to jump on it sooner rather than later to really get comfortable with it. It feels like it's a really good thing. And what I'm getting about it is just keep intending for highest good. Keep intending for highest good. Stay in prayer and in trust and faith of what the universe is trying to bring to you. Knowing that whatever it gifts you, it's gifting you because it's time to really be on your mission. So dedication to your mission is really important.
Yeah, and staying in that trust and faith, because I am seeing lately a lot of like the energies, the manifestation energies. We've been saying this for a few months. Everything manifests really quickly. It's only getting faster What I've noticed for myself, and I feel like this applies to everyone, is that our destiny, our outcome can change day by day. So as an intuitive, I tend to tune in and connect for myself on various personal issues. And depending how I feel about it, the guidance changes. So if I go in on a question like, which is it, A or B? If I'm feeling skeptical towards A, or I'm not having faith about that choice, then they're going to say, well, it's B, whether I like it or not. And I've noticed that if I hold faith for the higher outcome, and I trust, and I am soul focused and I'm mission focused, then I tend to get answers that align with a much better outcome. Um, so that's for all y'all to know. Like, if you really have a fear about something and you don't want it to happen, the worst thing you can do is kind of be in those lower states about it and be in resistance and wring your hands over it and really worry about it. Instead, turn your focus towards a positive mindset about it, and trusting that the universe is not out to get you. It really wants a good outcome for us, but we need to, we are a co-creative force, and the energy that we pump towards something is very determinative. I don't know how to say that word, of the outcome. So I know it's like, don't think bad thoughts, Rachel. Stay positive. It sounds like horrible, inachievable guidance. But we can get there if we work at it. And one thing I always recommend, and I'm recommending more than ever these days, is get on you. Not right now, stay with us. But afterwards, when you're done with this video, right now, make a note to afterwards, go to YouTube and look up Abraham Hicks. Because anything you're worried about, they probably have a video about it, and they can help talk you into a positive state of mind about it. So it's a really great tool to turn to these days with manifestation.
And also, you said that you're scared. I'm also feeling excitement. I also feel that there is this part of you that's excited for the new phase of your journey. And it's a really good thing. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Now, that said, though, whenever we're jumping into our missions, typically, we are going to have to face some of our biggest fears. It just seems to go hand in hand from what I've been seeing and experiencing.
Yep.
But it's not a bad thing. It's what you came here for. So when you're really living on mission and you're really just dedicated, well, this is what I came here for. This is what I'm going to do. And so let's face it. And, the courage of a lion to face whatever is in front of you, knowing that you're going to be just fine because you didn't come here to fail. You didn't come here to just not make it happen. So believe in yourself. I think that's all I'm getting. Is that good?
It is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jody Davidson Seperna. I'm probably botching your name. Jody.
Jody. Hi, Jody.
Jody DS. Hello, ladies. Hope you are good. Is there any message for me? Okay, I think your guides like the theme of the lion because I saw an image of a lion's head with the mane flowing in the wind. And then I saw what looked like a boxer with, his arms up like, yeah, like he just won. Reminded me of Rocky, but I don't think it was Rocky. So I think that tells me that, courage is important. And, what makes someone courageous is doing something or facing something even when they're in fear. Facing your fears is really a big part of why we're here. I just heard it's important. A lot of times what we do, and I think this is for so many more people, Jody, I'm sure it must have something to do with something you're going through, but I'm just feeling this is really a collective message. We often try to hide from our fears. We just wish they would just go away, and it's all out there. Something is happening to us, or it's creating this experience within us of all this fear. Let's say money worries, oh my gosh, I'm so afraid I won't have money to make all my ends meet. And I'm just going to hide and get depressed, or, pretend this isn't happening, or fall behind on everything and not face it. But we have to face it, and we have to look at, I see you, like, and you're not going to win. I've got this, and
Okay.
God's on my side, universe is on my side. What am I going to do to shift this into the positive? And that's when things start really coming out ahead, is when you stop looking at it like, whatever it is that we're fearing or victim to, we stop looking at it that way, and we start really getting into a positive mindset to shift the energy. And then it does shift. They just said again, it's really important.
Yeah, I just heard it's important for the unity of humanity. Really,
Yeah.
for all of us. Here's the thing, we are living in this sort of collective consciousness right now. And so even though we might be thinking we're having our private thoughts about our petty things and it's just about us and it's no big deal and it doesn't hurt anyone, your thoughts are weapons. Weapons against humanity. They really are. I know that sounds bizarre and over the top, but because we're in this energetic soup together, if you're having a bad day and you're slamming around and you're thinking bad things, it not only affects you and creates a karmic boomerang, and your greatest fears can slap you real hard, real fast, but it also creates unpleasant energies for the whole of humanity. So it's really important, more important than ever, for all of us to be mindful and to try looking around at the beauty of humanity, like the beautiful humans that are near you. Like yesterday, I was at the swimming pool. I was telling Jen, I was trying to be very mindful of my thoughts, and overwhelmingly I was successful. I was looking around at, like, thinking, like, how beautiful are all these cute little humans? Like, they're so diverse. And they're, I don't know, these little families and single people and whoever, this, that, and the other, but not to, discriminate against single people. They're all there and they're all adorable. Anyway, humans, so cute. So the more we can think positive thoughts, the better. Really, it's helpful. Not to toot my own horn. I had to do some work because, humans. But I was trying to be very mindful of my thoughts. And we don't normally do that, right? We walk around, let's say we're at the grocery store, and we just think everybody's like, they're in our way. And instead it's nice to just kind of look around and be like, groovy. All these adventurous souls, we all incarnated together. It's so cool.
Yeah, seriously. Brave we were.
We were brave. I always try not to say, like, maybe a little dumb, but no, brave. Just
No, very
brave. Very brave. And wonderful. Perfect in our imperfections.
Yes.
Keeping it positive here.
All right, Carrie Ann Kuzak. Hello, ladies. It's been a while. Any messages for me?
Hey, Carrie.
How you doing? I just saw, it looked like a spiral, and then I heard whirlwind. So I don't know if you're going through something or about to go through something, but it seems like it's just dog hair flying around too. But anyway, just stuck in my
tornado of dog hair.
Yes, but it just felt like a lot of things happening at once. So I don't know if it's already happening or about to, but I think that's what the message is about. I just heard movement forward. So it feels positive, even if a little unsettling at times, or overwhelming, maybe chaotic.
I heard nothing you haven't been here before, and you might see repeats of some lessons, but they're saying, take heart, you're not in the same place when maybe you faced similar challenges in the past, or it could be like, it might feel like, oh my God, this same old drama is playing out with the same people. Or it might be a similar drama with new faces. But either way, we often say this, we can feel like sometimes like, really, really this again. But sometimes we have to see new and different aspects of it, and continuing to learn about ourselves and the people around us and how to how to love better, how to be open-hearted. At the same time that we stay in divine power. I mean, we're not a victim, but we're in our power and we're loving. And I'm hearing even with people who need to be loved from afar.
Hmm. And it's kind of like it's an ever refining until we're fully done healing something. It's like you get the bigger chunks and then the less big chunks, and then it's like an ever refining until it's totally complete. And our guides will say it's kind of like you're on the ascension spiral up, and you heal upwards. Hopefully, that's the goal. You're healing and you're moving upwards in your vibration and who you are, your expression. But let's say there's this, I don't know, mom, the mom issue. You come up against it, and then you heal something, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, I think I'm done with that. And then you're kind of, raising your vibration, doing your thing, and you kind of come back, and there's mom again. Ugh! I thought I dealt with this. Why is this still here? Oh, okay, I think I'm done now. There it is, And so that happens, but it's not because you haven't done the work or done the healing. It's different aspects. It's different layers. It's you're coming from a higher vibration and perspective, so there's a different way to see things or process whatever it is you went through with it, and you can heal in a more refined way. And so it's all part of the process, and you are getting things done. But I also feel like it's a big part of that chaotic mess too. There's a lot kind of associated with some of whatever this message is about for you. But it's very positive. So if in any way you're feeling unsettled by it, don't. And just have faith in yourself and trust in the universe that you're being brought forward in a way that you need to be. And the only thing I'm hearing, and I just want to make sure I'm putting it in the right perspective, but it's just, if at any point in time you're feeling lost or confused or overwhelmed, just pray. Just pray. Pray for some help, some wisdom, some guidance. A lot of times when we feel those way, we feel those confused or overwhelmed, or there's a way in which we're looking at it that we need to shift. And I tell you what, I've had a crazy week. This week has been nuts for me personally, just with all kinds of tech issues and oh my, just so much going on. And it was really easy for me to feel overwhelmed. There's a lot on my shoulders this week, but you can turn things around, and you can change your thinking, change your point of view, change your thoughts, and snap out of something like that so that you're in a better state mentally to handle what's coming at you. And I just feel like that's really important for either whatever is happening or what could be happening very soon. Because I just want to end this with, it does feel very positive. It feels like a very good thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
Next. Is it my turn or your turn?
Go ahead.
Okay. Shawnee Nicole Drake. Hi. She says, hi, ladies. Any messages from my guides? It was great to see you in person last week.
Absolutely.
Okay. I just heard you're doing great.
And I saw like an image. I'm not sure what it means yet still, but it was like being at the beach and floating in the water, but the beach was really calm and like floating on a raft in the water and just like, gently bouncing on the waves, but it was just really gentle and beautiful. It was like real calm and serene.
And now I see you dancing. Feels very carefree and peaceful. And I feel like you're thinking like, You know you've made progress. It feels like you've never felt this good before. Congrats. That's awesome.
And I also, they brought me to the heart center, and I was like, it was like a chamber opening, and then another chamber within the chamber opening, and then another chamber within the chamber. And they're using the word chamber. So chambers opening within the heart, and this ever expanding and opening of the heart. And now I'm hearing exploration. I think they want you to explore some of that. Where are you holding blocks, and where are you holding, because most of us still hold it, even if we're very loving and open hearted and we've done a lot of healing, we still have pieces that we're blocking off from people. And not that that's always a bad thing, but to explore them. I think there's some discovery there about yourself. And I just heard it's important. And someone just said something about wishful thinking, and I was like, okay, wait, what about it? And it's something, I think the feeling that's coming with this is, a lot of times we think about our future and we're very into wishful thinking. We wish things turn out like this. Maybe we'll fantasize about something. What they're saying is, what you're wishing for, if it feels right and in alignment, and if it really is something that's for the highest good, there's nothing stopping you from manifesting it. And to not be afraid of that, and to look at next steps, like how would I get from here to there? It is not just, all right, universe, I want this to happen, or wouldn't that be nice? It's okay, well then how do I get from A to Z? How do I make this happen in a way that's in alignment with what I'm here for?
And they keep saying inspire to action.
And I think it's connected to the heart chakra, because then I just heard through love. Through love. So there's something about, it's probably something to do with your mission. I'm not getting real clear guidance on that, but it's something about through love and through that heart awareness, being able to step forward into what it is you're wanting to call in.
The awesomeness of it, I'm hearing.
Someone else just came in, they were like, nice. I don't think that was a guide. Nice.
You never know. I don't know.
I don't think I'm getting anything else.
I think that's it.
All right.
Okay.
Just Mac.
Hey, Just Mac. Me or you?
Okay, I'll take it. Good evening, ladies. See any change coming in the near future? Curious about that. Thanks.
Aren't we all? I just keep hearing you need to be more decisive. I think this goes back to, I think what I was saying a few questions ago about we're very co-creative, right? And so a lot of times we can sit around in this Groundhog Day sludge, feeling like nothing is ever changing. But we often have to do something to shift the energies and to change things up. And it does feel like there's some decision that you need to make. You need to get more decisive about something to help shift the energies in one direction or another. It feels like you're in this holding pattern, waiting for the universe to like show up and show you, or to give it to you, or to just change things. And it feels like you have to like take a hold of the steering wheel a little bit and say, okay, we're going this way or that way. Put on your turn signal, your little blinker, and say which way you want to go. Yeah, and I'm hearing to like try, yeah, and I know you've done this work before, but it feels like visualizing, coming up with what you want, but also taking action. Sometimes we can have all our ducks in the row in terms of manifestation. Like we can have the vision board and we know what we want, but then we don't take action. We're like, okay, well, just, bring me the things, I asked for it. And it's like, no, you got to take a step in the right direction. So I'll give you an example. Another intuitive gave me recently where he said that like for example, if somebody wants a job, they could just wait for it. Or what he said is you can just take one small action towards it, like replying to someone's message or whatever, even if it's a job you don't like. But you take one small step towards it, the universe then takes that go signal and runs with it and can show you more opportunities and bring you more. But it feels like that change is being withheld until you move in some way, decide in some way, and act decisively in some way.
So I had a vision of you running, like jogging. So I don't know if you're a runner or a jogger, or if that's something you've been thinking of. But what it reminded me of, and I think what this message is about, is whenever there's something that's stuck, you can take actions in the physical to unstick it with the intention of it unsticking it. And then that reminded me of, I know at one point when I was really working through a lot of my own fears, I decided I was no longer going to operate from that platform of fear. And instead, I was going to operate from the platform of love. And I was going to come from love and service instead of fear and resistance. And in order to move that energy and to declare to the universe that I was done with the fear and resistance, I decided to go, oh gosh, what is that when you go from platform to platform? You're just talking about it.
Oh, ziplining?
Ziplining, thank you. I was like parachuting.
I went ziplining. I went ziplining yesterday. Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, I went ziplining, and I was really afraid of heights, so it was facing a lot of fears for me. And when I was climbing up the ladder, I was shaking the whole way, like, oh my God, what am I doing? But as soon as I jumped off the first platform and went sailing through the air and landed on the second platform, I'm like, all right, I am landing on the next platform closer to love, right? And so I just kept doing that. And by the end, I loved it, and I was sad that I was done. But it really did shift things for me, because when you take that physical experience and intend it for the energetic, it really can move things. So maybe get out and run, because that's what I saw, and move the energy so that things are more clear for you. Or something else that makes sense, whatever it is, but move it on a physical level. And it can be completely unrelated to what you think may be mission related, or whatever it is you're trying to move. Just get out and intend that this is going to move the energy so that you can see more clearly.
This is interesting guidance just because it relates to me personally. There was one day this week where I was kind of thinking I could use, that energy movement that Jen was describing. And so first thing in the morning, like some ungodly hour, I went out and I jogged, because I knew it would actually physically move energy that needed to be moved before I could see a shift and a change. And then the other thing was about ziplining. So it's weird that you brought that up, because that was another tool to do something that was very scary, 40 feet above the forest floor, and you're hanging by nothing but a little cable. And and to really up my levels of trust and faith, because we really do need that to get positive change. And the momentum of positive change relies on some level of faith, right? Because if we're just like, we just want change, but we don't have faith that it's going to go well, that's kind of a weird mixed vibration, right? So, and just a funny aside, at one point I'm ziplining, I'm like, this is a really good time. And then I slowly started to turn around. So I was ziplining completely backwards, going like 100 miles an hour, knowing that I was going to smash into a tree any moment. And I did.
That's a true leap of faith.
And I was and I wasn't even scared. I was just kind of like, well, oh well. Is this how I'm going out? No, I'm just kidding. It was the tree was well padded. It actually was fine. So yeah, I ziplined backwards, going really fast. That was exciting. It wasn't like not exactly what I signed up for. It was a good time though.
Nice. All right. Let's see. Vicky Swertney. She says hello. Whitney says, love you ladies. All the answers are relatable to everyone. It's all gems.
Thanks,
and then
Whit.
anything from my guides.
Whitney. Oh, in also shaking up energy, Whitney and I bowled on Tuesday with our left hands. We did like full games, I think, practically left-handed.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was a good time. So anyway, you can change up the energies, like, do all the things. Go get out, jog, bowl, zip line, everybody. Okay, Whitney. Zip line backwards. Okay.
Anything else?
Bowl left-handed.
Get good guidance.
All right, Whit.
So the first thing I see is I see you thinking, I'm hearing thinking and processing, thinking and processing. I think they're trying to say, don't process it too much. Like, a lot of times our thoughts can take us down different paths, and it's not always helpful because it can make us lose track of where we're trying to be. Be focused more on the doing, and I think this is about the project that you're working on. And it's kind of like just be about the end result. And I think we talked about this because I'm hearing end result. Be about the end result. Try not to get too caught up in all the details of that end result. And whenever you feel like you're getting overwhelmed with it, come back to the end of the process. What are you expecting to achieve out of this? So that you're not locked in and mired into all the details.
Yeah, I just heard simplify it.
Yeah, a lot of times the details can really weigh us down and make us not accomplish. And there, a lot of times we put a lot of importance on things that are not necessarily all that important, and they will come with time.
Yeah.
And I'm also hearing have faith in yourself and in that process.
I heard have fun and have faith.
And I don't usually use this term, but I heard it will all go swimmingly. And they pulled away. So I think that was it.
I think that was it.
All right.
All right. Marissa Kucharek says, any messages I need to know from my guides? Okay.
So I saw a really quick image of a horse, which usually has something to do with strength or power. And then I saw a lady in a dress, and she was like doing like a really low bow, like, and she like pulled her dress up really like almost like the head level. So I don't know what that means.
Was she flashing people or curtsying?
No, I guess curtsying.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Bowing.
She pulled her dress up to her head.
Well, it was
and then she bowed.
Sides of it. I think they were trying to show how low she was bowing.
Okay, it's amazing.
I know, right?
Sorry, I'm giving you a hard time.
But I'm not sure what these mean. I know, right? Gosh, I'm so triggered right now. What is wrong with you?
We'll talk about this later. You were explaining it fine. I'm just being
No, I know. I
know. Stop.
Oh, look, Katie, bedtime's approaching.
Katie's bedtime's approaching, you guys. Just being a little unruly.
Okay, let's see. So we have the horse and the very low bow. I asked if it was about giving your power away, and then I heard a ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, I heard it's between submissiveness or freedom. It's like you can't have both.
And here's the thing about that, when it comes to like relationships or whatever it is this might be about, you always have to do what you feel is true to yourself. A lot of times we give into others' expectations and demands because it just makes life easy, but it doesn't mean it's right. On the other side of that, sometimes we fight everything, rebel against everything, even when it might be the right thing to do to not do that. And so the goal is to get really in tune with your soul and who you really are, the true nature of you and what's good for you and any situation, and come from that space and to be out of ego as much as possible. And that's why we talk about this. And you may have heard us talk about this, but we probably have some newer people on tonight too. So one of the things that our guides like to say is like a guidepost is, let's say you have a scale of 0 to 10, and 0 is operating from a more egoic space, and 10 is operating, where's my hand? 10 is operating from soul space. Most people, even spiritual people, are operating from that 0, 1, 2 space. And they think they're operating from a 10, but they're really not. They're really basing all of their decisions and all of their points of view on ego. And ego is not like, I'm all that.
And a bag of chips.
Ego is when you care about what other people think. Ego is the persona. It is everything that is going on that you're deciding about, that is based on what love you're going to get, or what approval you're going to get, what appreciation you're going to get, or if you're going to get too much attention or not enough attention, or whatever that is, right? It's all of those things. The soul is over here going like, what am I here for? That is what I shall do.
The mission, right?
Right.
The mission. And it doesn't even really care if you succeed.
And the soul is all about really, truly being integrity, because it has to, whatever it is you're doing needs to be in alignment with who you are, not with what you're thinking about who you are. It's about who you are. And so if you can really delineate that, that just feels like that's what's important. So don't give away your power.
I just heard you got this. I feel like there's challenges of self-expression that you're confronting. Speak your mind. I'm hearing that it's critical, and you can do it, and don't give an S what anyone thinks about it. It's just, as long as you are in integrity and you're aligning with the truth as best you can, that's all we can ask of ourselves. And if we are sitting on a truth and we're not expressing it, it eats away at your soul. It's like profoundly unhealthy. And it can result in health issues, kind of a screwed up vibration, not great manifestations. It's really important that we align with the truth as best we can.
I think that's it. All right. Jenny Kate, all the messages always resonate. I'd love to hear anything that wants to come through for me. Have
All
a nice
right.
evening.
Hey, Jenny Kate. I just heard somebody say, Jenny Kate, we're so excited you're here. So, congratulations. I mean, we are too, but like there's definitely people on the other side who are very excited.
Well, and I had a very interesting vision. It was like, you have a dandelion head. It's like someone popped the head off the dandelion, like, and it went, I don't know what that means.
So I'm hearing, and I feel like this is Archangel Metatron, who is saying you're on the path of the soul's mission, but he wants you to express it. So I don't know what that means for you, but specifically, you might have an idea of that. And just like meeting people, admitting this is what you're into. I just heard, don't worry about it. The time is now. And I just asked, is there any risk in her for that? And they said no. They said there's risk in not expressing it. That's where the greater risk lies. So having faith, having trust, there's not going to be fallout for being really open about who you are and what you believe. Are you getting anything?
Well, when I'm trying to tune in to the flower, because it was such a weird thing to see.
Yeah.
You know how like when you pull petals off, you're like, he loves me not. He loves me. It just felt like you were like, F him. That's what it felt like. Just forget him. And I don't care if he loves me or not. So it does feel like to me it has something to do with love life kind of a thing. And I don't know if you're just feeling done with it or if it's something you're wanting to explore again, but maybe got hurt in the past. That feels a little bit more like what this energy is trying to tell me right now. Address the wounding, whatever that is, and it feels like you're ending old patterns too with any of that. Just the idea of things. Who cares if he loves you? Do you love you? You know, because then if you really love you and you're in alignment with you, it doesn't matter what anybody else really thinks. They're going to love you because you do love you. And it feels like you're really diving into that or about to dive into that. And it feels positive, but I also feel like there's still some things to work through with it. They're not giving me much more information about it, but I do think that's what it's relating to.
Well, and they wanted me to say two things. One is from the other side, they're saying there's great love here for you. And then the other thing they said is love is coming for you, which felt more like 3D Earth romantic type love.
Yeah, I do get that.
I heard, take heart, dear one. I guess that might be it. Yep.
Okay, Tina Newhouse. I don't remember ever seeing her.
Okay, Tina Newhouse says, can you tell me if there's any significance to the 2 dreams I had this week? And are there any messages for me? Thank you. Okay, Tina. So in terms of the dreams, and see what Jenn gets about it, in terms of dream 1, I was getting no significance. In terms of dream 2, so I hope you have them numbered in your head, I was hearing yes.
I was getting one was a lot more important than the other.
Oh, okay. Wait, dream
No,
one?
not one.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
one of the dreams was a lot more important than the other.
Right.
Not that.
I was feeling.
I don't know which dream is dream
I was
one or
feeling
dream
like
two.
chronologically, like the first dream you had, like toss it, and that the second dream is the one that you want to focus on and pay attention to.
So I kind of get the feeling that you've tried to analyze your dreams a little bit to figure it out, but whichever one is more important is usually probably going to be really full of some symbolism. And when you go to look up the dream symbols, multiple sites to really get a good answer, because if you only rely on one or two, you often won't get what it actually means. But, look on some different sites. Sometimes, like, if an animal shows up, a dream meaning might mean one, actually, it could probably mean like 10 different things. But then if you look at the spiritual meaning of that animal in the dream, that might actually make more sense sometimes. So, look at it from different angles and just, okay, I saw a cat in my dream. What does this mean? And look at all the different cat dream sites you can. So I usually pull up like a good 5 or 6 of them. And then I'll look at like maybe a spiritual meaning of that.
Yeah, and I'm hearing don't make assumptions, because sometimes we can, like for example, if there's a bear in a dream, we might just want that, or they're going to eat me, or it's scary, or it's destruction, and it doesn't necessarily mean that. So it's like really like take care to do the research that Jenn is saying.
Yeah, and sometimes we have scary dreams. Sometimes it's caused by entities, honestly. So we always believe in getting into sacred space before you go to sleep, and clearing your house. And we have videos on how to do that kind of thing if you're interested.
Go to divinelyguided.tv and watch our video and read the very long article about how to create sacred space. That's important.
Yeah, it's very good. And but the other side of that is sometimes we're scared in our dreams, but it doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, or certain things will happen in our dreams, and it, like Katie just said, it doesn't quite mean what you think it will. But sometimes the symbolism, you can realize it's like, oh, that's really about my subconscious, blah blah blah. And it was interesting. I had this one dream where there was a healer friend of mine. We were walking in the woods. This happened like maybe 6 months ago, I think, or so. We were walking in the woods, and she walked up onto this hill in this wooded area and walked through what looked like a bunch of spiders in a spider web. And I'm not a fan of spiders. But she walked through it and was unscathed. Like there were no spiders on her. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. So I was trying to find a different way. And I found another little way into it, but there were still spiders and spider webs. And one of the spiders got on me. And then all of a sudden my son Jacob appeared and pulled the spiders and the spider webs off of me. And then I woke up and I realized that the spiders were representing a lot of my subconscious stuff that I was still working on healing. And then my son Jacob is a naturally gifted healer as well. And so was the healer friend who was journeying with me in this dream. And they were representing the healing that needed to be taken place. I think she was representing, being brave and walking through the spider webs and just trusting you're going to be okay. And I was like, not me, not this chick. I'm going this way. And I still got them all over me. So, and then Jacob saved the day. But but Jacob is probably like, representing me. I don't know, another part of me trying to heal myself or something. So even when people show up in your dreams, it's not always about the people either. Sometimes it's about what they represent to you. So yeah, and so if you haven't been analyzing your dreams, I highly recommend it. But I'm not getting anything else.
I'm hearing that is it.
Maybe one more?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find somebody new.
Lauren Regal?
Yeah, you want to do Lauren?
Sure. Lauren Regal says, "Ah, my goodness, does great hair come with spiritual evolution?" And he messages from the flip side. Thanks, I'll take that compliment, as will Jen. Great hair. Yeah. Well, isn't there, what's the saying about long hair? Like the longer the hair, the closer to spirit.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Native American saying, I think. So, yeah, at one point I was thinking about cutting my hair and I heard my guide said, "You will grow your hair to the fullness and length of its glory." And I said, "I guess I won't cut my hair then."
Okay.
Yeah. Guides, they go shopping with you. They tell you how to do your hair. What were we saying before about submissiveness versus freedom? Anyway. Okay. I kid. We love you, guides. It's all good.
All right. Any messages
Lauren
for
Regal.
Lauren?
Aren't you glad you mentioned hair, Lauren?
Okay. I saw you in like a suit. It was like a really pretty business suit, like a nice little skirt and jacket. But then you got like frustrated and you're like, screw this. So I don't know exactly what this is about, if it's like
work frustration
or what, but it was kind of like, it's not an alignment, whatever it is.
I just heard ease up on the frustration and try to go deeper. Whenever we get triggered, it's always trying to show us something, a new layer. And a lot of times when, sometimes something can happen where we think, well, it's outside of ourselves. It's obviously something to be triggered by, or it's their fault, or it's not me. I feel like whatever this frustration is trying to teach you something about you. And it could be that somebody did a thing or there's a frustration outside of you, but they want you to turn the focus inward because there's There's gold in them Thar Hills. There's something inside that, like treasure in there for you to get out of this. And I just heard you're stronger than you think. And I heard you were made for this. And I was like, really? That's strong words. Yeah. I'm hearing affirmative.
The only thing I'm hearing is really deeply believe in yourself.
Yeah. And I'm hearing keep going on the processing. It's like you're not quite there yet. You're like on the verge of discovering whatever this treasure is, this gold inside of you that you're supposed to take forward with you as a strength. It's like some sort of a piece of wisdom or a skill, strength of some kind that you're really going to hone. And what they're showing me is this sword blade here. If you have a sword in the fire and it's hot and like they're hammering out the sword, it's like you're getting hammered in the fire and it's sharpening your blade. Anyway, good luck to whoever you work with. I'm just kidding. I know, keep mining for the wisdom, obviously.
All right, guys, I guess that's it.
That is it for this evening. Thank you for watching. Go to divinelyguided.tv for replays. And I think we're off for
we're off for 2 weeks. I am moving, so I'm off next week, and then we're going away the week after that.
And so we will see you a little later in August, but put us in your calendar. Don't forget about us. Come back.
I know, right? We haven't been here in a week, and we're sorry.
Yes. All right. We'll see you soon.
All right.
We love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.